Lazy Guy's Guide to Cooking, I talk a lot about sort of the system, the process that I have of cooking extra chicken, but doing it in such a way as we create sort of a generic chicken that we can then use again later. And part of the process is in the way I cut the chicken. And I was originally inspired by dishes at a Chinese food restaurant when you'd get something like chicken and broccoli. You notice the chicken is really thin, little almost medallions. So that's kind of the concept that I had in mind when I do this. So all I do is I just take a piece of boneless chicken and I just cut it into thin little strips like this. Just cut it right across. So it's really fast, easy to cut. And then I put it in a pan. I have a pan already preheating while I'm cooking this up. And then all we do is we just throw it into the pan. And as you can see in the pan, I don't put any oil at all because I don't like it to get all greasy. And it's unnecessary. As soon as the chicken starts cooking, it's going to start making its own sort of water, if you will. And all we do is cook this up, and then what I do is I cook twice as much. I'm making one breast for me right now, but I'm actually going to cook two while I'm at it, because it doesn't take me any longer to cook two than it does to cook one, and I'm already a step ahead for tomorrow. And then what I do is I will cook it, and about half to 3/4 of the way through, I'll take out the half for tomorrow and put it aside. I don't fully cook it because tomorrow we're going to warm it up and finish prepping it, and we don't want it to be overcooked and rubbery. So we'll cook it only about half to 3/4, then I'll pull it out, put it in a Pyrex dish, and save that in the fridge for tomorrow. But at that point, it's just partially cooked chicken, so it does last longer. If you just leave the raw chicken in your refrigerator, it will go bad. If you cook it half to 3/4 of the way, it will last the rest of the week until you get around to using it, first of all. So it preserves the chicken longer. And then also, we're doing this before I start putting in barbecue sauce or spices or anything. So it's still sort of what I just call generic chicken, that it can go in any direction, whether you want to go Italian, Oriental, barbecue, it doesn't matter. But you're cooking once, and then you have multiple meals from it. So now you can see the natural liquid forming. So you really don't need to put any kind of oil or, greasy, whatnot. And it doesn't, also, if you don't have the oil, an olive oil or a canola oil, that sort of thing, you don't get as much of the splattering all over your range top either. So now what I'm going to do is, I've got it where you can see there's still a little bit of, not 100%, fully cooked, but mostly cooked. And then what we'll do is we'll just take out half of it, put in a little Pyrex dish. I usually let it cool a little bit first, and then I'll stick a cover on it. And meanwhile, I'll just cook up the rest of it and go. For a full list of ingredients and directions, you can visit our website at lazyguycooking.com.